know.
Yeah, we're just waiting for it to kick over. There it is. Oh.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, guess what we did? Guess what I did at Momo's?
Are you just going to start off? Not going to give
Yep.
people a chance to come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a few minutes to come in. Let's see who all's here.
You see.
Let's see. Stephanie made it in early.
Momo, if you're watching, don't say it.
Neil. Oh, Susan's here. Candy. Yep, y'all were here on time, and we actually got started on time. Let's see. Melinda's here.
Hello.
Hi, Candy.
Oh, there's Dean.
Hi, Dean.
He sees thumbs up. Yeah, Izzy's not with us tonight. About 7:30, she's like, I'm ready for bed. So she went to bed early.
Yeah.
She had a hard day of playing today, I guess.
Hi, Scott.
Oh, Susan loves your headband.
Thank you. I wore it on Halloween because I was a skeleton.
Yep. There's Scott.
Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama.
Okay, calm down.
She knows what I did today.
There's Penny.
Now can I say it?
Yep, there's your mama.
Hi, everybody. Everybody, thumbs up, please.
Don't hit me.
That's how it's, yeah. Yeah, Izzy, she's just, when she's ready to go to bed, she just goes.
Mm-hmm.
There's Robin. Peggy.
Hey.
Oh, Neil. Do you realize that some sort of flowers growing out of the top of your head?
They're pretty flowers.
Oh, it's jumping. So, Penny wants to know something that you learned this week.
In school?
Yeah, or if you learned something out of school too.
I learned how to ride a horse by myself.
Well, yeah. Oh, there's Mimi.
Mimi, I rode a little bit. She's a miniature, adorable pony. And I rode her all by myself.
Okay, do you want to tell the story now?
Yeah, so we were riding horses today. I was terrified to get on her, and I got on her. And then when I was playing in the grass, and then I got on her, and then I rode her by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little Bit's their miniature horse that they've had
Mine.
for years. It's not just yours. It's both of y'all. It's at their mama and granddad's house. And Abby's been a little skittish of riding her here lately, but today she was riding her around all by herself.
Yep.
And we had reins. It was super fun.
And what else happened when you pulled back on the reins a little too hard?
I got bucked off.
Yeah.
I landed on my feet.
She pulled back on the reins a little hard or something, and a Little Bit started bucking around a little bit, and Abby came off, but she jumped up and got right back on her.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, Little Bit is about waist high, or no? She's a little about our waist high, and so it wasn't a very far fall to the ground, and it was soft grass where they were at.
Yeah.
Very soft.
Hey, Cindy.
Little Bit's really sweet.
Susan says that's awesome. Ohio?
Sherry from Ohio.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Susan loves riding.
Maybe we can go riding together sometime.
You have to go to Canada. Yeah, she's in Canada. It's not cold all the time, I don't think. Candy said that's awesome.
Mimi said she's proud of you. Dean said she's way ahead of me. I just learned how to stand up without falling down.
Melinda said that's great. Lynn says hello to everyone.
Penny's.
Penny says you need to come to Colorado and ride her horses.
Are they tiny? I only ride tiny ones.
She only rides tiny horses, she said.
I don't ride big ones. I'm terrified.
You'll grow out of that.
Yeah.
I like a little bit though.
Stephanie said that's awesome.
I'm gonna ride her an Oklahoma kind of.
Oh. Neil said there's no point in riding around by yourself. You need to ride around with the horse. Robin said I used to ride horses. I loved it.
Peggy said, Cowgirl Abby.
Yep.
Yeah, this morning, I'm the one that took them to drop them off, and I told them, which they talked to their Momo yesterday, who said they might ride horses today. So I go in there. They were wearing one set of clothes first, and then whenever we get ready to go, I went out to hook the trailer up because I had to go get some feed today. And I came back in, and they're dressed out in their cowgirl attire. It's like, what are y'all doing? It's like, we might ride horses today. So they had to dress to look the part.
Yes. It's fun.
And said, awesome job, Abby. Cindy loved riding horses when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can come ride Stevie, her little pony that she got.
That's in Oklahoma.
I don't care.
No, I said you were wanting to ride in Oklahoma.
So you can ride a different horse in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
No, what's a sweet dog? He's so fluffy.
Penny said they're cutting horses, but they're amazing to ride. So they're gonna be big horses.
Mm-hmm. You'll get there.
Nope. No. I'm
You
not
will.
riding Charger. He's huge.
Gail,
Charger's not a pony. He's a horse. And he's
Yeah.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
Gail's here.
Loving
Says,
it.
hey guys.
Dean asked if you have cowgirl
I
boots.
have mermaid boots.
She
You do
wore
have
her.
cowgirl boots.
Yeah, she's got cowgirl boots, but they're more for town. But she wore her mermaid rubber boots.
Yep.
Yes. They're very,
So
very
she
hard.
still had boots, just not the.
Yeah, they were hard to put in the stirrups, so I just didn't use the stirrups.
Cindy said how cute that must have been.
Susan loves our peacock pin. Yeah, we're glad to finally have that done. They've been in it for a few days now, and so far, knock on wood, everything's been going great. They're getting where they move around a lot more in it. They're not as crazy as I thought they. I figured
Yeah.
with the having more room, they might go kind of nuts whenever we got around them. But I mean, they're relatively calm, all things
Yeah.
considered. I mean, they don't try to like fly away or anything. And like I said, so far, it's been good, worked out well, and we've not had any issues.
Dean said many years ago I rode in a wagon train. Like pioneers,
What?
like covered wagons.
Mhm. I want to get a wagon a little bit. Well, I mean, another horse because she's too tiny. And then I want to ride that wagon.
Neil said Stevie's so small even Abby's feet will touch the ground.
It's so cute.
Okay, they want to hear your best yeehaw.
You too shy now?
Come on. Let's hear
Come
it.
on. You can do it.
Just get your arm back and go, yeehaw.
You do first.
I just did. Your turn. Okay, maybe later.
Penny said Abby might love barrel racing someday. All of my nieces do it. It's so fun.
When you get older, you might.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
I'm just going to ride a little bit forever.
You won't be
Stanley
tiny
family is here.
forever. Hello. Peggy said that would be something to see. Penny, miniature horse barrel racing.
There you go. We have to fix that up.
No, I've seen it before.
Set some barrels up for you to take a little bit.
There's the birdhouse that Mom with. I do it, and she like walks, and I go around them.
Oh.
But she doesn't really.
Oh, the Martin houses that are up on the
Yeah,
coals.
But she doesn't really like the reins at all. She tries to eat them.
Linda
Oh.
said yeehaw or woohoo. That works.
That was a weak woohoo.
Yeah. Have to
Not
video you
seen you
sometime.
shy before.
Have to video you doing it sometime.
No, yeah. Let's see.
Penny said, "Do y'all have a peacock?"
Yes, we actually have 3.
Mm-hmm.
They're still kind of young, and we don't know, I guess, enough about peacocks to for sure tell, because 2 of them look like they're for sure males by the tails, 'cause they're starting to put some
Mhm.
color on the tails. But one of them, I mean, it looks like the others for the most part, but its tails are not quite as colorful, and it's should be the same age as the others. So we think that maybe it's a female, but we're just having to wait a little bit longer.
Hoping it is.
Yeah, that would work out okay if we had a trio of a female with 2 males, and then maybe we could get some hatching eggs. And I guess it'd be a couple of years though, because they're not quite a year old yet, and I think you said between 2 and 3 years.
They say full maturity is like 3 years old. So.
Yeah, so about the same as emus, but they eat a lot less.
Yeah.
Because the emus, we still have. It's possible the emus might start laying next laying season, but most likely it'll be the next. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But like I said, the emus eat a lot, and the peacocks do not eat near as much. Because like I said, feed goes a lot longer with them because they're a lot smaller.
I did horses is fine.
Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
Patty's here.
Hello, hello. Dean said Neil, she would have to do it to ride with us. Or yeehaw.
Yeah, you'd have to say yeehaw. To go to Circles and Stables and ride.
Neil said, you said you have a peacock pen. Are you teaching the peacocks to write? You got it.
Took her a minute. No, but if they did, they would be some prized peacock.
I'm getting cold.
You changed your name and picture. I almost missed live because I didn't recognize the name. Yep. Yeah, we talked about it. We've been talking about it for a few weeks.
now.
Yeah. 2 or 3. And so we started adding it to the end of a couple of videos, and then we decided to just go ahead and make the switch.
Yep. And he said she's surprised Brandon hasn't gotten a peacock yet.
Yeah. He might end up with one, you never know.
Dean said, "Come on, thumbs up. Give me one of them great big yeehaws."
I wash on my face.
Okay. Come on. Can't do it.
You not want to? Robin asked, how's your virtual pet doing?
I got a snail now.
Yeah, evidently, the more stuff you do with it, you get different animals. And so she's got some other animals now. And we went to the store the other day, and Izzy loved her little, is it Bitsy? Bitsy so much that she needed one too. So she took some of her money that she'd gotten from birthdays or something before and bought her a Bitsy too. So now they both have virtual pets. Brandon, guys, how are y'all doing this evening? Do you have a peacock pin? Yes.
It is together, and they are in it.
We got it done, and they've been in it for.
They just get here.
Sunday?
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days. So this is their 3rd day in it.
Yep.
Did they just get on?
Who?
Brandon did. But
Brandon, Stephanie was on early. She was the first one in here.
Does he know horse?
I don't know if he was listening or not. If you want to tell him about it.
I was riding.
You gotta speak up. They can't hear you.
I was riding a miniature pony.
She's getting delirious. What she's trying to tell you, Brandon, is that today she went and rode a miniature horse,
And that was
and
little.
the horse's name is Little Bit.
She's still tiny.
And she was riding her by herself today without having somebody lead her. And she did something, and Little Bit started bucking a little bit and bucked her off. But luckily, it was a low fall to the ground. But she jumped up and got right back on.
Mm-hmm.
And Mama would be on the other side of the yard, and I would lead her, and she would walk to Mama. It was super cool.
Yep.
Peggy said, hopefully your horse doesn't squeak like someone else's I know.
The saddle does.
Oh, yeah. Saddle squeaks. Need to oil it up.
Stanley family said they like it.
It's because it's
It's our
leather.
name change. Justin asked, where did we find the peacock enclosure?
I got it off Wayfair. It's actually, I guess, a poultry pen or poultry run. But it's like 10 by 20. It was the biggest one they had that looked like it would still be movable. And so,
All the instructions were only pictures.
yeah.
There were no words. And so you kind of had to just figure it out and guess based on their little pictures. And we had to use some stronger zip ties than we used what they had, then we added some stronger zip ties too because they just seemed a little lightweight.
Does he know about the horse?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Voice text not working.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Brandon said he hopes everybody's doing well.
Yep.
Let's see.
Dean said Brandon's too busy with his turkey to be getting a peacock.
Dean, you got to be looking to the future. Whenever the turkey fad changes, peacocks may be next. You never know.
Yeah.
Plus, peacocks are a little crazier than turkeys, so who knows
bit.
what kind of videos you could get with a peacock.
Me.
Oh, there's Carolyn Lancaster. Hello.
Hey.
Did she just get on?
Yep. Well, I mean, she was on whenever you were talking about
Yeah.
that. I'm behind. By about
Read
30
that.
minutes.
Read this word really loud. Read it.
And I can show.
Okay. Are you still not going to say it? Okay.
Brandon said that's awesome.
He said that's awesome.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
That's
okay.
funny.
I was gonna say I knew we talked about it before, but
Yeah.
I was like, thought maybe the smoke got to him from all the burning y'all were doing. That's funny that you went over his
Yeah.
voiceover. Yep.
Yep.
The only way you learned is to get right back on.
That's right.
And you can use that for many life lessons.
Yes.
Doesn't just apply to horses.
That's the truth.
Well, there's Bill,
Hello.
my Alaska.
Yeah.
Dean says his daughter squeaks louder than the saddle.
No,
Penny said, here's a horse secret. Horses want you to be their leader. They want to know you are the boss.
I put the reins on her saddle and she just followed me. It was so.
Yeah.
Mama was in the house. It was adorable.
Melinda said, that's good. If you fall off, get right back on. Great job, Abby.
Yeah, and the click in the pin actually wasn't that bad. It's putting the wire on. That's the worst part about those pins, because like I said, the fact that they just click together makes you wonder how sturdy they actually are. But that part was easy, except for the fact that they had screwed up and messed up one of the pieces they sent.
Yeah.
But it was relatively an easy fix whenever we made a trip to Lowe's. But putting the wire on those with just the little pole framing and
Mhm.
a bunch of zip ties, that's a pain. Plus, it worries me a little bit that the only thing holding it on is zip ties. So that's why we put a bunch of extra and some that were a little heavier duty. Because
Yeah.
I was like, at least if some of these start breaking, we've got some good ones on there to hold it on. So if we see they start breaking, we can replace all the cheap
Mhm.
ones they sent with sturdier ones.
He said that might be the next viral video with the peacock.
You never know. Oh, Justin said, way to go riding the horse.
I'm just gonna say little yeehaw.
Okay.
Susan says that Dutch has a peacock that chases his turkey. Yeah, it looked like he had a mean turkey on one of the videos I was watching. Oh, yeah. His peacock protects him from his turkey. Yeah. Oh. Brandon yelled yeehaw. So you can do it too. Let's go.
Come on.
Are you going to? I've never seen her embarrassed.
No.
You do first.
Yeehaw.
No, louder.
I just did. Your turn.
No.
You do it first.
Yeehaw.
Not yet.
Neil said, I'm a magician. I only have to say the word yeehaw and Abby disappears.
I might say at the end of the night.
You won't still be up at the end of the live.
Bye. Yeehaw.
Oh, there we go. Dean said the wire is what's stabilizing the little cheap poles.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Like I said, Melinda said, just say woohoo. No?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got that done. With the peacocks, got them moved, and like I said, today I had to go buy some more feed. We were getting low. We still had some, but I wanted to get it before we ran completely out, because you never know what might happen to keep you from getting there.
Yeah.
And so I picked that up today. We've got to build some more.
Oh, goodness.
Hang on. Just okay, we're back. She loved that.
Yep.
But let's see. You can talk.
Let's see. I need to just look over here. Robin had said, yeehaw, ride 'em, cowgirl. Loma made it and said, love you all. Hello. Neil said, yay, that was a really great yeehaw. And Scott said, great job, Abby.
Oh, okay. I think they said we could share, so. I wasn't sure, so I wasn't going to do it at first, but I will now.
Let's see.
We're going to have a vote in a minute and see whose is better.
Not? I'm not going to do it again.
You're not?
No.
Why not?
Let's see.
Okay, so that went there. So now I need
Loma
to...
said, make sure everybody hit the thumbs up.
I
Or
will
thumbs
say
up doesn't
yay.
forget. Maybe that's what she's saying. I don't know. Melinda said that was a great yeehaw.
Yay!
Okay. Y'all saw her yeehaw, so we're fixing to have another, and we're gonna see. So let's play.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Well, because it's not, we don't have the sound up. You heard it first time.
I didn't hear it again.
Okay. So now you gotta say it again.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
No.
Competition.
I'll say yay.
Say yeehaw.
I'll scream yay.
No, not scream. You'll wake your sister up.
Yay!
Let's see. Okay, have you read that yet?
No, not that one yet. Dean said we ordered an activity tent. It was huge, but we had to replace all the poles. They want to sell you something that won't last for the big bucks.
Yeah.
You got that right. And he said, Abby, be ready every week for a good answer to what did you learn this week? I'm going to ask you every week.
And I was going to say horse.
Oh, tell her about your science book.
I finished it.
She finished her science book. What's next for science? Nope. Just tell her. You can just tell her.
It might be under here. Do what?
Health.
Yep, she's finished with science and gets to move on to health.
She's super excited.
Which, what, y'all only have like 30 lessons or so left, and
Yeah.
they'll have the school year done. So at the rate they're going, they should be done
Sometime
in April.
Yep.
Because they really buckled down. We've done school on weekends some. We've not taken all the breaks that the schools generally take. And so
You're ready for bed.
we've really pushed through. And yeah. Are you going to say something?
Yeah. Tell him.
Yeah. You said you was going to say at the end. If you're leaving at the end.
Tell him good night.
Good night.
Okay.
She said she's ready for bedtime.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason, she and Izzy. For some reason, she and Izzy, they woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. And so they've had a long day. Like I said, Izzy was done about 7:30, and Abby made it to 9 and actually said she was ready for bed, which I'm surprised. But that worked out pretty good. But yeah, with their homeschool, we did not take a traditional, well, like a fall break. Like we'd have a day here and there that we would miss, but generally they would make that up on the weekends, or they would do extra lessons the other day to make up for it. And then like at Christmas time, they only took off a couple days for Christmas. And then whenever we went on our trip, we took off a week. So instead of having 2 weeks off, they only had a week there. And then spring break, they will probably work through part of that, but then part of it will be at the expo, so they won't have school while we're up there. But they're doing really good. Like I said, they should be done in probably the middle of April at the rate they're going. And then next year, I think we might start school a little earlier in the summer, whenever like July, when it's really hot, because there's not just a whole lot going on the farm and stuff then, or near as much that they would be involved in. And plus, it's so hot you can't be outside in the middle of the day, so they could do their school then. And then that would put them getting through like in March, which would be before planting season and all that stuff. And then it would just, I think that time frame would work better. But we're toying around with that idea. We're just going to wait and see how that goes, though.
Yeah. That was before you played the video.
Oh, okay.
As Sherry asked, do you follow Coghill? Their female emu started laying eggs.
Yeah, I saw that where they found
That's
the
cool.
nest with a few eggs in it, because I guess they weren't expecting it either. But
And sometimes I have to go all day hollering yeehaw. She would have appreciated that.
yeah. Yeah, Brandon has a good yeehaw.
Yeah. Neil said, was that a racing car speeding past Brandon?
No, he was just entertaining his little buddy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yep. She's a science teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they all told her good night.
Mm-hmm. Stanley said, "That's great. We're hoping to finish up at the end of March. We'd love to be done in early spring so we can enjoy the beautiful days before it gets hot." Yes.
Yeah, like I said, that's what we'll try this year. This was our first year doing homeschool with them, and we had to wait and get all the paperwork sent in. And here at Plus, we were trying to figure out which curriculum we wanted to use. And so by the time we decided, they started about a week before the regular school year started.
Izzy was 2, but Abby's was back ordered.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
we had
right.
to wait just a little bit longer on hers.
Yeah. Izzy's came in really quick, and then hers was about a week behind that. Hey, Robert, hope everything's well in Vietnam. Good night. Yeehaw to you too.
Stanley said, "That's what we do. It's the best. We'd rather work during the really hot and cold months." Yes.
Yep. No doubt. Like I said, this was our first year, so it was kind of main thing was just making sure that we got the right stuff so we could get through it. But now that we've kind of seen and can change up the flexibility, because like I said, Kimberly was homeschooled, but I wasn't. And so I like the flexibility of it just because like if we have something going, like for instance, today, we had stuff going. So they'll do their school on Saturday since they didn't do it today because they were at my parents' house.
Yep. Peggy said, "I like that school plan starting in the summer when it's too hot to do anything outside."
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and starting earlier, we might incorporate a few more breaks here and there. So like I said, this year we didn't do a whole lot, and because like I said, they just pushed through. And like Christmas break, whenever we took our trip, that did them a lot of good. So I think we'll probably split it up, not like 2 weeks at a time, because they don't, or we don't need that, and they've been fine without it. But maybe some long weekends here and there.
Yeah.
Oops.
Linda said that does sound like a better school schedule. Yeah, we are going to definitely try it. Now, working through the typical school breaks this time really was good. And then being able to take our little trip when everybody else was back in school was pretty good too.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the one thing I missed from them being little is being able to take vacations when everybody else is in school. Because I remember before Abby was in school, that's what we always went on vacations when everybody else was in school and stuff, because it was never crowded doing it that way. And then that was a very sad time when she started kindergarten, because I was like, now we have to use mainstream vacation times. I'm going to skip around. I'm going to click on that one. I'm jealous. My buddy Bill Finley and his wife are in Hawaii, and they didn't take me with them.
I need to go see if Abby's up. Or just a second. Abs.
Yeah, Bill is Abby's Bill. She's talked about him before. Oh, yep.
He's in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there. Yep.
Hey.
Bill and Kathy are in Hawaii. He said, "Hey, everybody." Okay.
I rode a horse all by myself.
Oh, yeah. She got up to tell you she rode a horse all by herself. Okay, you can go back to bed. We just had
I just knew you'd be sad if you missed.
Yes. Yeah. We are actually in the path of totality for the eclipse that's coming up in April. I think we're supposed to have like 4 minutes and 10 seconds or 9 seconds, something like that, of total darkness, because we're right in the path. So we will have, I'll be working, but Kimberly will not be. And
I think actually my work is closing at least that day.
There's a lot of stuff closing out because they're expecting so many people to be here. I'm hoping they're wrong and it's not that crazy, but we'll be prepared if it is.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I don't think we're supposed to get bad weather.
Yeah. Mm,
Oh, they were
Okay.
both homeschooled. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we know both worlds.
Mhm.
So like I said, I went to public school. She was homeschooled. So
Went to private school and then was homeschooled after that.
I guess we've
Yeah.
had a little bit of all of it.
Carolyn said, "Are y'all going to get bad weather tomorrow?" It was 82 there today. It's supposed to be 54 Thursday.
I mean, I don't think it's bad. I mean, it is going to be cold tomorrow
Yeah.
or colder, but I don't think there's any bad weather that's coming with it.
It's like a slight chance of rain overnight tonight or something, but nothing severe.
Yeah, on this, it shows all the severe weather warnings they have out is northeast of us.
Okay.
Like the northeast Arkansas into Missouri and Tennessee up that way. So no, we're not in any of that. It shows for us there's like a 17% chance of rain and that's it. But by the weekend we're back in the 70s, which I'm happy for that.
Yes. Bill said homeschooling's the way to go these days. I wouldn't send my kids to public school now.
Yeah, things have changed a lot
Mhm.
from whenever I went to school to now. Because, like I said, it's just seeing the things that Abby has had to deal with in elementary school. I mean, we never had issues with that before. It's not getting any better either.
No.
Neil said that was a quick sleep.
She thinks sleep's overrated anyhow.
Yep.
With homeschooling, you can go to Hawaii also.
Yeah. Oh,
Planet alignment too.
I didn't know about that.
I did not either. I need to.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up because, like I said, everything that's been going on here for like the last year is talking about the eclipse. So that's the only thing I knew about because I know that they're having all kinds of preparation meetings and stuff like that, trying to get ready for it. So
apparently they had a town hall today about it. And she just finished a unit on the solar system, which she had one last year as well, but this one was a little more in depth. And so we're going to try to branch off that and really talk about it for a little while, which we may do some writing assignments and research assignments on that or something too, because that would be a fantastic topic.
Thanks for letting us know about the planet alignment, Penny, because like I said, other than the eclipse, I had no clue.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Nick.
Hello, hello.
Better late than never.
Yep. Loma went to a private school and into public, was a shock.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, like I said, there's no private schools that are real close to us. So
went to public school, but if you're homeschooled, can you go to Hawaii and call it a field trip?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, there is a lot of history over there, so
yeah,
we could do that because usually when we go somewhere, Abby likes history. She loves history, and so generally, if we go somewhere and there's something historical, we'll usually hit that up and try to see. Oh, okay. Yeah, we've had some. I mean, it's been windy today, but not like damaging winds. It's just been. It was warm and windy.
Yesterday was 88 in East Texas, 83 today, and 50 tomorrow.
Oh.
Hello, Eric.
Pensacola. I'm ready to go to Florida.
Yeah.
That's one of our go-to places. We generally go to Florida at least once a year. It just depends on if it's either Orlando for the parks or the beaches in the Panhandle.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't think we hit that hot yesterday. It was warm yesterday, but I don't think it was that hot.
Yep. Lynn said Waco and Fredericksburg here in Texas are gearing up for the eclipse.
Yeah. Which I don't know, because I know that depending on where it is, depends on how long you'll actually get to see it. I don't know how long theirs is, but I saw the path goes through there.
Penny said, I heard many schools in totality are closing because of not wanting to be responsible for kids looking at it. Most of Arkansas schools are on the list of closures, I think.
Yeah, most of them, which some of the schools are on a 4-day school week too, and since it's supposed to happen on a Monday, a
Mhm.
lot of them were out anyhow. But
Yeah.
the ones who are going 5, there's been several that are doing school closures, and there's a lot of businesses that are closing
Yeah.
too, just because I think they're worried that everything's going to be gridlocked with the amount of
Mhm.
traffic and stuff that's going to be here.
In our little town, they're not sure if they can handle the volume. So
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it
Yeah,
goes. But like I
it's
said, we're
actually
just going to
busy.
make sure that we go grocery shopping ahead of time, have plenty of gas in all the vehicles, some gas cans, stuff like that. We're going to be prepared so that if things do get haywire for a little while, it will be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Zoe's still awake too. It was date night.
Hey, Zoe.
Well, did you go anywhere fun?
Send Abby off to military school.
Yeah. Don't think so. I don't think she would like that.
She's a homebody.
Yes.
She loves going places to visit, but she wants to be home with us at night.
Yeah. I've tried to convince her when she gets older to go into Space Force. I wish she can be a captain of a starship, but she's not buying it.
No. Lynn said public school nowadays are not as good as when we went years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, I mean, we're in small town Arkansas, so it's still not as bad here as a lot of places, but it's just, I don't know. This has worked out well for us, and
Mhm.
we're enjoying it, and I think
Yeah.
we're going to stick with it for a while.
Yep.
NASA.
Mila.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 degrees in Alaska. Ugh.
Whew.
I'm not missing that. I know we're having like exceptionally warm weather, but I know it's probably going to get cold again before it stays warm. So I'm just hoping
Mhm.
that by the time we get stuff planted and stuff like that, it'll be done. Because we're not jumping on the bandwagon just yet because
Yeah.
it's way too early. I mean, yeah, it seems like it's nice spring weather, but
Good
in
change.
Arkansas, it could be 20 degrees tomorrow. You never know.
Mhm.
And I just don't want to get everything planted and lose it. So the high tunnel will help some, but we are fixing to get seeds started for our transplants because I got there's some of the plastic on our small greenhouse was ripped, and I got the sides replaced on that with wood or plywood this time to seal it off. And so we just got to do a little bit of cleanup in it. It's not real bad, and then we're gonna get things started on that.
Eric said I'm on the tip of the panhandle. Water is emerald green and the sand is snow white.
Yeah, we generally if we go down there, it's Panama City Beach.
Mhm.
Is we've stayed there. We've done Orange Beach before, and I don't know if we were just staying in the wrong spot or not, but it just didn't have the same feel to it that I guess beachy feel. I guess a lot of the stuff for it is not right where we were because I don't like sitting out in the sun on the sand just doing nothing. I'll go out for a little while, but I want to go to a beach that has a town that has stuff to do. That's why I like Panama City because there's lots of other stuff to do around there. We've done Destin some too,
Mhm.
and we like it well enough. But I think Panama City is our favorite. We've also gone down to Clearwater once, and we stayed. We were just there for a few hours, and we did not like it at all. So we left. We actually canceled our booking at Clearwater, got and drove all the way back to Panama City
Yeah.
Beach to stay there because we were not happy with Clearwater. Like I said, it
Mhm.
might have been we were just in the wrong place too, but we didn't like it. And then we've been to Miami a couple of times, and the beaches there are okay, but I mean, just we don't like the town
Mhm.
because we went years ago, and so in our heads we thought that we liked it.
We did years ago.
But we went back
It's
with the
changed a lot.
girls and did stuff, and it just wasn't. We were just like, yeah, we don't want to go back here. But Abby had a big thing in her head too that she just wanted to go to Miami.
Yeah.
It was going to be this big grand thing. We get there, and she was not that impressed either. But
Well, and you kind of get spoiled too if you're staying at a place where you don't really have to drive as much.
yes,
And if you're in somewhere big like Miami, I mean, you can stay, close to the water, But then you still have to drive, 30 minutes or more to get anywhere if you've got a certain place you want to eat or something you want to go do. So,
Yeah, because where we stayed, I mean, we were not right on the beach, but we were across the street
Mhm.
from the beach. So we could walk to the beach,
Yeah.
but it was just, there was nothing else around there that you
Mhm.
could do without having to drive, really, where we were.
yeah.
And
See.
then we went to Key West once, but it was just a day trip.
Yeah.
When we were staying in Miami, that was,
Before we had kids.
yeah, in 2011,
I don't remember.
because 2010 was Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2011, I
Mhm.
think. We went to Miami and then we drove down to Key West, and there's only one way in and one way out. And on our way out, headed back, there was a wreck on one of the bridges, and we were stuck in traffic for hours.
Yeah.
But luckily, we had plenty of gas and made out of it. Just added a lot of time to the trip.
Dean said, I got caught one time skipping school and they asked me why I did it. I told the principal it was a field trip.
Wonder how that worked out for
Yeah,
you,
I'm saying,
Dean.
wonder how that went over. Good night, Melinda.
Oh, yeah, if you're already gone, sorry, because I realized I'm quite a bit behind now.
Just dinner without kids. That's about as fun as we get.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah, about the
I
same.
mean, and we don't do that very often.
No.
Usually we just travel as a pack of 4.
Yeah.
We do realize, though, that it is a lot cheaper to go out and eat without the kids.
Yes.
And they don't eat that much.
No.
Okay, the next planetary alignment takes place on April 4th. Venus, Neptune, Saturn, and Mars. Planets will align in the morning sky. Venus, Saturn, and Mars will be visible to the naked eye.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
We'll have to remember that. April 4th and the eclipse is April 8th. Is that right? Whatever that
No.
Monday is.
Yeah.
April 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's the Thursday before the eclipse.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Penny, for that information.
Yep.
Abby will be excited to hear about that.
Yep. Your mom's going
Night,
to
Mom.
bed.
I know y'all have to get up early.
Oh, yeah. I forget that it's a weekday.
Yeah. Have we checked the bees?
Not all of them. I did go out the other day and was messing with a couple of hives, and bees started going crazy. So I know that at least a couple of them are still doing good, but I've not checked them all because after I stirred those up, I got away from them because I think I was in shorts and a t-shirt, so it wasn't a bee suit to be messing with them.
Oh, hey, Kenzie. She said Mom has some garden plants that sprouted in the house, so she moved them to her greenhouse.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to get started with ours soon. I
Mhm.
just was trying to wait a little bit longer because usually what happens is we start them way too early and they get so big and stuff before we get ready to plant them. It's just harder to plant.
Then settled in for a Grounds Family Farm Live dinner and a show.
Yeah. Abby left, so I don't know how much of a show it'll be.
Yeah. Dean said Chestnut Hills Farm, so send the kids out to eat next time. Good night, Stanley.
Yep. Good
Glad
night.
y'all joined us. Eric, Panama City is very nice.
Yeah.
Destin is also a nice place to go.
Have we ever stayed in Pensacola?
We have not.
No.
I
don't
actually
think so.
know several people who've gone to Pensacola
Yeah.
and love it, and it's beautiful.
We have to try that.
Mm-hmm. Penny said, my son's calling about his wedding again. He keeps interrupting this for me. 2 more weeks of wedding talk.
Yeah. Be here before you know it.
Yeah. Good night. If we don't talk to you again before we're off. Dang said, I was thinking we had an eclipse today. It went dark for us.
Yeah.
Loma, I'm excited about planting.
Yes.
We are ready.
And for those of y'all that won the seeds last time, they should go out tomorrow.
Mm.
We had to get realized we didn't have envelopes, padded envelopes to send them out in, so they should go out tomorrow. So you'll probably get them, I don't know, in a few days because
they're
not having to go that far.
No. Yeah.
Okay, we're caught up now.
Wow.
Let's see.
Peggy said, "So, what are you planning on planting in the high tunnel?"
Generally in it, right now it's got garlic in it, and some sweet peas, green peas, English peas, whatever you call them. But I don't know that the garlic will be there because it'll harvest in the summer. What we put in is we'll put squash, zucchini, tomatoes, cucumbers, and sometimes some eggplant, and then sometimes some green beans.
Also, what we did last year, we'll probably try to do it again since we didn't really have a great harvest last year. But we originally planted hot peppers on one side of the greenhouse and the sweet peppers on the other side. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a cross between those, and our sweet peppers wound up very, very hot. So last year we had planted the hot peppers up in a different garden spot, and our sweet peppers back down in the high tunnel. So hopefully we can try that again this year and maybe actually have sweet peppers.
We figured as much stuff was in it because it's like 9 rows wide, but like it's like a wall of tomatoes and cucumbers that were in between the two, and so we thought that might be enough, but it wasn't. No. It wasn't quite enough, and like I said, the seeds and the sweet peppers were very hot, and so they weren't really great to eat.
Yeah, unfortunately, I took a big bite of a hot sweet pepper.
Yeah, because they look like banana peppers, but they were spicy.
Yeah,
and I don't do spice.
I don't do that much spice.
I like some jalapeno poppers, and I like if they're not too hot. And then I like pickled jalapenos, like on nachos or something like that, or like barbecue nachos, something. But other than that, I'm not really a spice person. And then once the summer stuff gets done, we'll usually plant some fall stuff in the high tunnel. We've done like kale and lettuces, turnips, things like that in it. Beets, carrots, which last year's carrot crop was the best crop we've had of carrots ever. But I saw something, I don't remember if it was on YouTube or Facebook or something, about they did carrots in bags, and I might try that because it made it where it was really easy to harvest them, and then plus they were able to grow easy because the soil wasn't compacted. There's Satin.
Hello, Satin.
Yep, better late than never is always right.
Said, but it makes a good side hustle making cowboy candy. We don't eat hot, but it sells like crazy. I have to look at that.
What is cowboy candy?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what cowboy candy is. Cowboy candy.
Candied jalapenos.
Well, we may have to try that since Arkansas changed up their cottage food laws where you can do some pickled stuff now. I'll have to look see if that's on the allowed list because otherwise you have a commercial kitchen to do that, which someday, yes, but not today.
Eric, I love jalapenos on my pizza.
I wouldn't do it.
I'd probably try it.
I don't like them that much. I'll stick with pineapple.
Dean said, Peggy, I've got 4 trays of them.
Dean, are the plants y'all sell, is it Bonnie Plants that's out there too, or is it somebody else? Because I know like Bonnie Plants is who supplies all the feed stores, seed stores, everything like that with plants over here, but I didn't know how far out they went. Yeah, a lot of ours were ugly too, but like I said, we had some really nice ones. Like I said, I may have a picture somewhere that I took with the girls holding some, but it was the craziest. It was the best carrots that we'd ever grown.
Yeah.
Nope, lunchtime again.
Thanks for joining us.
It's going to take you a little bit of getting adjusted when you get back.
Yeah.
Eating lunch at close to bedtime or supper time.
Yeah, candied jalapenos. Mama said that is great with cream cheese.
See, I like my grandmother used to make jalapeno jelly, and we would eat it with crackers and cream cheese with jalapeno jelly on it. And I love that. And we've made jalapeno jelly too. And
Yeah.
I love that, but I
Mhm.
just jalapenos themselves I don't really care for.
Dean said, I'm just going to plant about 9 plants here at the house. And let Scott put the rest of them in the garden. Satin pineapple here too.
Yeah.
We love pineapple on our pizza.
Yeah, I usually like ham and pineapple, or some places have like a Hawaiian pizza, which is either ham or pepperoni and pineapple, and I like those. But
Dean said, I got these out of Piedmont,
Oh, okay.
Alabama. Lace a lot of seeds and sell them out of the greenhouse.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, if I was to someday have a business, I wouldn't mind having like a big greenhouse business with stuff, but it ties you down a lot, and it's a lot of work, and you can have crop failures pretty easy if you don't have it set up just right. So we usually grow our own, and then a few extras. Sometimes we'll sell a few extras or not. And then what we've really found here lately is selling produce. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Satin said, crushed pineapple, cream cheese, white bread, a great finger sandwich. Does sound good.
Yeah. Oh.
If you like pepper jelly, then I'll get Zoe to bring a jar of cowboy candy to Okie. If you don't like it, somebody would be glad to take it off your hands.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I also, what was it that I saw? Like a 4-layer delight or something I saw her selling maybe in the fall. She can bring one of those too if she wants.
I used to. Did I ever make one?
Yeah. No, we used to have them, but it's got gluten.
Too much stuff I can't have.
Yeah, stuff in it you can't have.
Yeah. What we don't sell, we plant.
Yeah. Hey, Tina. Glad you could make it in.
Yeah.
The Oreo thing. It might have been. I don't know, because I don't really care for Oreos, so I don't think so, but it might have been.
Yeah.
I can probably look back and find it.
Did you see Susan?
Nope.
Susan was.
Oh. All right, Susan. Thanks for stopping in.
Have a good night.
For some of y'all leaving next week, we'll probably be back to our Friday night time instead of Tuesdays.
Fried Oreos are good. Never tried them.
I don't know if I had fried. No, I didn't try the fried Oreos. I had fried taffy at the state fair. It was pretty good. Okay, I'll do that. Like I said, I don't. That might have been what it was, but like I said, I'm not a big Oreo person, so I don't know. But it might have had enough other good stuff in it that I didn't care about that it had Oreos too.
I like some gluten-free Oreos.
You can keep reading. I'm gonna see if I can find this.
We're caught up right now.
Well, tell about what you've been doing.
So not a whole lot so far this week, but last week, of course, I probably saw I made Abby's cake. We'll have videos. I'll have videos out on making of the cake and the decorating of the cake sometime very shortly. But it went pretty well, and I had found a really good recipe for a really tasty gluten-free white cake, so that was a plus. Yes, I did make that cake, Peggy.
Oh,
I kind of panicked, and I'll talk about it in one of the videos, but
don't give it all.
yeah, I wound up not having enough layers and kind of almost got myself in a jam, but
Yeah, she's been making the girls' cakes for a few years now, and the girls like elaborate cakes.
yes.
So, what was the first one you did that was a 3D? Was it a sloth?
No, I did not do the sloth. I did Izzy's unicorn was the first major
Was it
one I
right
did.
after the
Yeah.
sloth? Okay, yeah. Abby had a sloth cake which we bought
Mhm.
from somebody locally, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over in
So
next town over.
Izzy saw that, so then Izzy decided she wanted a unicorn cake
Mhm.
for her birthday after that. And so Kimberly decided to give it a shot, and so she's been making their cakes ever since, and it's always been like 3D cakes.
Yeah. After that, last year Abby had a galaxy themed one, and that was really fun to make. And then Izzy's this year, she had another unicorn cake, but it was different.
Was it a galaxy cake or was it a Star Trek?
It was a galaxy
Picard.
cake, but she wanted Picard and
The
the Enterprise on top of it.
Yeah.
Because our kid loves Star Trek. So
Yeah. She probably gets that from me.
I need to find a picture of that cake because I had to put I bought this model of the Enterprise and I did not realize I was going to have to put this thing together. And so I'd made the cake and everything. It was great. I'd bought a little Picard figure. That was great. I opened up the model of the Enterprise and it took me like 4 or 5 hours to put together. So I was up through the middle of the night putting this little thing together so that she would have a really, really cute cake. So we did that. I did that one, and then like I said, Izzy's second unicorn was this year, which it wasn't the same, like the big face on it like the first time I'd made a unicorn. She actually had a unicorn shaped pan and I had to do the whole, trying to make the eyes not look funny and all that good stuff. But Abby's was really fun to make this time.
Yeah.
But I have several family members who've been making cakes for a long time, and I used to make some cakes with my mom. So some of the technique I've learned and some I've taught myself. So let's see. We got behind again now. Oh, thank you, Peggy. Nick said there's no telling because she has all kinds of baked stuff around the holiday. She did a 10-layer gluten-free chocolate chip cookie cake by request. 10-layer? That's intense. Hello, Carol from Wisconsin. Loma said the cake was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, I've been pretty impressed with her cake making skills, especially since like she hasn't been to any cake decorating classes or anything like that. It's pretty much YouTube and self-taught.
Mm-hmm. And I never really wasn't too interested but I would help mom some whenever I was younger, and she tried to teach me some of the more intricate stuff, and I just kind of, I don't really want to do that. But now I'm having to teach myself because I didn't really pay attention back then, but it's working out. Tina said, how are the peacocks liking their new home?
They're loving it.
Yes. First, they just did not know what to think. They stood in one corner and then they moved to another corner.
Yeah, just I guess getting used to a new place,
Mm-hmm.
even though it wasn't that far from where they were, but it was just a new, different place to them. And so it took them a little while to get used to it, but now they're all over it. Like I said, they're to be in such a big area, I mean, they're relatively calm. They don't like.
Yeah.
I figured they would try to be like running away, fly away, whatever. But they've been relatively calm while we've been out there with them.
Yep. Have I ever made an ugly cake? Some of the first ones I probably did for you for your birthday were probably not that pretty.
Trying to think.
I just made some very plain ones for a long time, and I would get a lot of crumbs in them in the frosting. But
They all tasted good though. But I don't remember. I thought I always had like, it's always like carrot cake and things,
I did.
and then like cherry cheesecake.
I think I only decorated one or two for you because you did want the carrot and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. I need you to make Braylee a cake when y'all come down to the auction. I could try.
Yeah.
And be happy to do it. I like doing it. Birthday sends you and I want an invisible cake. Those are the easiest kind.
Yeah. All of them are invisible after we eat them.
Yeah. Neil said my mom always made our birthday cakes despite our best efforts to stop her. No, Peggy, that's actually the name of it.
An ugly cake.
Oh. I did not know that.
You can move that over if you want.
Carol said my cousin would always make wedding cakes out of her home. I have an aunt who does that. She makes all kinds of cakes. She did your groom's cake and she did some extra cakes. And then my grandma, who had a bakery once upon a time, she did our wedding cake. And it was gorgeous.
I'm guessing not. I'm just looking at this. It's hard to tell, but if there's a recipe here, but I don't think so.
Bill said, I almost went to school to be a pastry chef. Love baking, but don't do it anymore because I live by myself. It is harder to cook, to do stuff just for yourself.
I don't know, because then you don't have to share with anybody.
Yeah, he said the name of the cake, ugly.
Yeah, I don't think so. Looking at what I just saw, I don't think she has.
Asked when's the next auction. And Stephanie said they hadn't posted the dates yet, usually toward the middle of April.
Yeah, I just looked last night. I think, was it? So what was I trying to figure? Oh, yesterday when we were trying to figure out weekends in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out dates, but like I said, I just looked last night and they still haven't posted them.
It'd be very helpful if they'd post them a little earlier, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, because it's usually April and October. Let's see.
Dean said, I might be wrong. That might be what I named it after I baked it. LOL. Not really. There's a cake that they call an ugly cake.
Yeah, I saw a recipe for them, but I don't think she's made that.
Probably not.
I was looking to see if they had posted anything just in case they might have posted something.
Carol said, my mom used to make a peanut butter cake with chunky peanut butter frosting. Didn't I make a peanut butter pie dessert one time? Seems like I did. I don't remember.
Try to see what the dates were for the last one.
Neil said the last cake I bought said it serves 8, so I'm officially 8.
Know the feeling. Yeah, I was looking to see. Okay, it would have been April. Goodness me. Oops, I went way too far.
Still trying to figure out.
April 13th, 14th, and 15th was the one last spring. So, but I thought they had it out by now, but maybe it was in March when they announced it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know. I just hope it's not the week of the eclipse.
Yeah, because we won't be able to go.
Well, I don't know because it'll be over by then. Since it's on a Monday,
That's true.
we'll just have to plan for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know if we will buy anything at the auction this next time, but I still want to go
Mm-hmm.
because it's just fun to see all the animals, friends, hang
Yeah.
out, just get away. Cell phones don't really work there, so
No.
nobody can really bother you. At least ours don't. If you have
Yeah.
AT&T, I think it works, but which is good in some cases unless you're trying to figure out the difference between a llama and alpaca and you can't Google it. That was the thing. We were trying to figure it out because I was like, I didn't really know at the time because I hadn't thought about it. So it's like, we need to Google it and find out. So tried to go out and get a little bit of service. And by that time it was too late. But
Yeah.
so I actually talked that might need to get like a prepaid AT&T phone just to have for weekends like that or something because we go to the auction twice a year and
Yeah.
that. And if you found a, I think some of the prepaids, like if you buy the minutes, they're good for like a year and then just whatever. But I don't know. Just make sure you bring a trailer if you come because if not, you'll find something you want to buy.
Yeah.
But then if you have a trailer, you'll be like, I don't really want to pull this empty trailer back, so I got to buy something. That was our problem the first time because when we went, we weren't really planning on buying anything. Like we didn't have anything in mind that we wanted to for sure buy, but we weren't against it either. And so, but then whenever it got to the auction, I was like, I don't really want to pull an empty trailer home. So we bought a lot.
Yeah.
Second auction, we didn't buy quite as much. But no, it may just mean that you're hauling it back inside the cab with you.
Sat and said I made the best
Oops, missed one.
upside down pineapple cake in my life in the microwave. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dean said I went to 2 auctions in the past month. My daughter called me the other day, said she had a great idea. Take her to the horse auction. That's not going to happen. She needs to feed the sick she has.
Yeah. The one thing that I wished we had here that Oklahoma seems to have a lot of is chicken auctions or poultry auctions. Because they have so many neat auctions and then goat auctions too. So I know whenever we're going out there, it's in Stillwell, right across the state line. Every time we go through, they're having a goat auction there, and it's just, I don't know. I wish we had more around here, and if we do, we just don't know where they are.
Yeah.
But I don't know of any that's just here close. There's like a small one, but I don't know. We've been it once, but the stuff had already sold, and we just got there a little bit late, so they didn't have all that much.
Nick said we just leave it with Brandon until we get back to Oklahoma.
There you go.
Carol said it was 60 degrees today and only in the low 20s tomorrow with some snow. The weather here in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah, did we hit 80 today?
No.
We were in the upper 70s today, and we're going to be like in the 50s tomorrow. Yeah. I think the low's 35 tonight. Oh, Steph's Little Farm. Hello? Hey, thanks for stopping in.
Yep. Brandon said he could just store them there.
Yeah. Yeah, he says you can store them there, Nick. He's just not telling you what the storage fee is.
Yeah.
About like a record yard daily fee.
That's funny. Yeah, so how many more days until the Homestead Expo?
Not many. I haven't counted, but isn't it 3 weeks from Friday? Or
Mhm.
yeah, 3 weeks from Friday.
Yep.
So it'll be here before you know it. We're excited.
Very much so.
I'm hoping that the weather stays nice for it, like
Yeah,
it's
that'd
been,
be
because
wonderful.
that would be about the time it would hit to turn off cold again or something like that. Because that's usually just the way things go.
Dean said he so much wanted to be there.
Yeah, Dean, I saw that where
Yeah.
your circumstances kind of changed, and hopefully you'll be able to make the next one.
Yep. Yeah. It's definitely going to be, looks like a really good lineup of speakers. And
Yes. Yeah, it's just they just keep putting out more and more
Mhm.
every couple of days, and so
Yep.
place is going to be busy.
Yeah.
The hardest thing about it's going to be figuring out where you need to be when to see who.
Yeah, because I'm hoping I haven't printed out the copy of the schedule to kind of look and see what we want to go to and everything. Which I
Yeah.
don't know what we're going to be working either, but
Yeah. But that's the thing, is there's so many good speakers that there's no way there won't be conflicts.
yeah.
And so it's just going to be a matter of either divide and conquer, or pick your favorite one and go with that.
Dean said I was going to go to the expo, then to an auction, buy a monkey, and store it at Brandon's.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Buy something crazy to store out there, and then
Yeah.
he'll be wishing he hadn't offered.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sutton said prayers for all those people facing wildfires in Texas. It's looking pretty bad.
Haven't seen that either.
I haven't kept up with the news today. We don't ever watch any TV or listen to news up at work. So.
Yeah, day 2.
Oh yeah.
4 active wildfires burning in the Texas Panhandle.
Yeah, definitely prayers for everybody dealing with that.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't have any idea, because like I said, we don't generally watch a lot of mainstream news either.
I'll read about it, but like I said, I was at work all day today, and then I came home and we were doing chores and ate and hopped on here. So.
All right, Stephanie, thanks for sticking around. Get you some rest, because I know
Yep.
you got to get up early to get the kids around.
Yep. Peggy said, do they have pet snakes at the auction to store at Brandon's? They do have snakes at the auction.
Lots of snakes there.
I'm not a big fan either. If we just leave whatever it is in Arkansas, it'll be a little closer.
That's true, but if you leave it with Brandon, then he can just bring it to the Ark for our meetup.
There you go.
Yeah, Lisa's in Texas.
Gotcha. Dean said, I just need the weather to stay good in Arizona for the next 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that treatment goes well
Mm-hmm.
for them too. You gotta be quick on your feet.
Yeah, that's something he's pretty good at. But yeah,
What else do we have going on? Like I said, the next big thing is gonna be garden season.
mm-hmm.
Because like I said, we've got to get the little greenhouse cleaned out and fixed up and ready, and make sure that our heaters are working in it, because on these cool nights we'll need to keep some heat on, and get our transplants ready to go in the high tunnel, and then get some ground worked up. I may get some seed potatoes and plant some seed potatoes, but I'm not sure, because I haven't really seen any around other than like the small bags at Walmart and stuff, and that I'm not going to get that.
No.
It's generally, well, usually we plant several 100 pounds, but I was going to stick to just one 50-pound bag this year if we were able to get some somewhere, but I just haven't bothered looking yet.
Yep.
And then we'll get peppers started and tomatoes, things like that.
I need to clean out the little greenhouse a little bit because whenever we had that issue with the plastic ripping on the side of it, we had some weeds grow in.
I pulled most of those.
Did you? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, the other day the girls
I
went
wasn't home
out.
for that.
Yeah, the plastic that had deteriorated, they
Mhm.
picked up the plastic, and I got on gloves and pulled all those
Okay.
weeds and stuff out of the edge. I mean, there may still be
Nice.
some in there, but it's not bad. Brandon said he's ready for that meetup.
Yeah. Dean said I just got the heater working in the greenhouse today. Peggy said you should check out the veggie prices at the food store. They've gotten really high.
Yeah,
Yes, they definitely have.
they've been high for a while, and we go by that some, but then the other is just, I mean, we're in a small town, and I mean, people generally are shopping for cheap more so
Mhm.
than quality. I mean, they like homegrown stuff, but some of them still expect homegrown stuff to be sold dirt cheap, like
Yeah.
back in the olden days. But so we usually, I mean, like the year before last year, we were selling tomatoes a little bit cheaper than what they actually were at the grocery store,
Mhm.
just because we had so many and we wanted them to move, and so we did that. But so generally, we'll go by the grocery store prices just for an idea, but that doesn't mean that's what we're going to charge, even though it's better quality stuff. We don't always do that. Like I said, I'd rather be able to sell it even a little cheaper and get it moved and let somebody else enjoy it than us having it go to waste or something like that. Scott was having trouble with it, huh? I really need to build a greenhouse. I think we're going to use grow lights in the barn until then. Yeah, that works too. Like I said, we've done stuff in the house with grow lights, pretty good, and then we've also just used like regular fluorescent lights, and that's worked too. But the greenhouse is about the only way to go. Like I said, we've got the big high tone, then we've got a small greenhouse that's, I think it's like 12 by 25 or 30, something like that, maybe 30. And so we start all of our stuff in there, and with it being so small, like in the middle, it's only like 6.5, 7 foot high. So it's relatively easy to keep heat going. And we use propane. It's like brooders they use in poultry houses that we have down through there, and that's what we use to heat it. And it's worked out. It works out pretty good.
Sorry, I had a contact drying out, so I had to go take care of that.
Yeah, and then we've about got one of our other. Lost my train of thought. Go ahead. Dean says last time I used grow lights, I got arrested. Just joking. Yeah, there's plenty of grow lights going in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I know there's those grow houses all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing, we've about got one of the chicken tractors done. It's a new style. We really like it a lot. We'll have a video out on that soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to see how the chicken's doing it. The other thing is I'm going to have to get some more nesting boxes. I was looking at plywood today to see what it would take to build some, and I think by the time you figure in the cost of the plywood, the staples or nails or whatever you use, and the wood glue and all that to make them, and the labor, you can pretty much buy some off of Amazon's got some that had some decent reviews. They're like Brandon's, and then there's some that's kind of like that might be a little bit cheaper made than those. But I think that that's probably going to be the route I'm going to go. Is just buy some there, because before, when we were only getting a few eggs. Oh, bye, Bill from
Bye.
My Alaska. Thanks for stopping in. We were only getting a few eggs, and so it wasn't a big deal. But now we've been getting, like on a low day, like today, we had 11, I think.
Yeah.
But the other day we had 16 or 17. And so what they're laying in now is, since there was only a few laying before, it's just like a little doghouse thing that's got hay and stuff in it that they were using. So with there being so many, they're starting to break some in there whenever they're crawling in and out of it. So we're going to increase our number of nest boxes. And like I said, I was going to just build them, but after seeing the price of plywood, I got on Amazon real quick to look at prices. And I think just for the ease of not having to build them for no more than the price difference is, I'm just going to order them.
Yep. Save us some time and come out about the same.
Plus, I like the way they have to roll out, where it'll just roll out. Because I'm also going to get some for the chicken tractor we just built, because we're going to put our American breasts in it. And they'll start laying probably in April. And so I'm going to put nesting boxes in there, and then we'll have, for it, we can have either egg production, but I'm also we're going to keep a couple of roosters with them, and I'm going to hatch out purebred American breast chicks. Let's see.
He said, for the last few months, I've been experimenting with LED tape on strip lights. Lettuce likes it well enough, plus a 3-foot strip was only $10. Interesting.
I've seen some of those, but I hadn't thought about using them for grow lights.
I got like 9 the other day, too.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's just in the last week or so, I mean, they've just really taken off. I know the days are getting a little bit longer, but I mean, I don't think I don't think they're getting that much longer to make that big of a jump. Maybe it's the warm weather too, but I just know that they're going like crazy, and we're getting some duck eggs too, which we'll be putting those in the incubator this weekend, I think. Because Abby loves her ducks, and she's wanting to hatch out some more and see how that goes. So hopefully they're fertilized eggs, and we'll find out. The first couple of duck eggs, the girls just wanted to eat a duck egg to see what it was like. So we fried up some duck eggs, and then after that, they decided they wanted to hatch some out. So we've been saving them. I'm waiting for our turkeys to start laying eggs. The male turkeys were messing with them the other day, so I'm hoping that's a sign that they're fixing to start laying. Because I'm gonna definitely incubate some turkey eggs.
Be great.
Yeah, because we only got 2 females and more males than that, but I just want to hatch them out, because it seems like female turkeys have been in a shortage here lately. Or maybe we've just not been able to find them, but everyone around here is advertising toms and no females.
Satin said, speaking of tomatoes, I was going to purchase 2 beefsteak tomatoes, $4. Left them right there in the store. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Yeah, because I don't even know what they are per pound. Because I think that I think here they were like $2.50 or $2.99 a pound or something like that. I mean, prices are outrageous, but people's got to eat, so they'll pay for it. Generally, our biggest problem is the place, our local store, the grocery store. A lot of the produce is in bad shape. I know it's the off season, but I guess maybe they just don't move enough that it just goes bad on the shelves, and so we generally have to go
next town over.
Yeah, Walmart, Kroger, something like that to find. Aldi's has some nice produce too. Whenever we were check them out, we finally got one of those here close.
Turkey poults are the hardest thing we raise.
Yes. Yeah, we actually raised turkeys to process for Thanksgiving several years ago. And that was the thing, is that getting them past that first few week old stage is
Mhm.
that's rough because we lost several because they'll just pile up in the corner or something.
Mhm.
So you got to make sure whatever you have them in doesn't have corners. So I think what we would probably do is use like a round stock tank or something like that to put them
Yeah.
in. Because I think we end up using like cardboard to build things where they didn't have corners,
Yes.
where it kind of sweep around,
Mhm.
and that helped. But they definitely are not very smart, and they are very finicky.
Well, and we were so close to the end, and some dogs from 2 or 3 streets down at that time, they got loose and came over, and then we did not have very many turkeys left.
Yeah, and that was, they were still young,
Yeah,
but it was after they had made it through
the hard
the hard
stage.
stage, and they got where they were just making it where they were getting good. And like I said, we had it, but luckily we came home
Mhm.
and saw the disaster all over the yard, and it just so happened that the dog was still in our pasture.
Mhm.
So I caught the dog and held it hostage till we found the owners, which it didn't take long. We actually just posted a message on Facebook or pictures like, whose dog is this? Somebody's like, oh, that's my dog. Be like, well, they just killed all of our chickens and turkeys, and this is how much you owe us. And luckily they paid it. So
Yeah.
I'll give them that. But the thing is we didn't charge what the turkeys
No.
would have been worth had they grown out. It was just
Yeah.
the few dollars, pretty much the money we had paid for them,
Mhm.
which we'd already had a little bit of feed in them. But like I said, we didn't figure we would get that, so it was better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess female turkeys are hard to find anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they were find random ways to die after 4 to 5 weeks. They're bulletproof.
that is true.
Yeah. Peggy said someone needs to breed mini turkeys so we don't have so much left over at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we actually did better this year because
Mhm.
usually when I go turkey shopping, it's like, let's see what the biggest one they have in the bin is, and that's the one I want.
Yeah.
And we usually have tons of turkey.
I was able to talk him out of that this year, though.
So this year we were, I forgot how many pounds it was, but
15, I think.
it was right around 15 pounds.
Because he was like, I don't want to go any lower than this. I was like, fine, take the 15-pound turkey then.
Yeah, but like usually, like if they got like a 20-something pounder, that's
yeah.
the one I'm going for.
There was one year we had a 23-pound turkey.
Barely fit in the oven.
Barely fit in the oven, and we had so much turkey left over.
And it's not like we're feeding a bunch of people.
No.
There's the 4 of us, and then my parents usually come, and occasionally my sister and her husband will be here, but
Mhm.
we usually do some ham too. So it's just,
Yeah.
it's overkill. But
Mhm.
this year we made like a chicken salad, but
Mhm.
with turkey instead and stuff with the leftovers. So
It was really
we did
good.
a lot with it. But
Dean said that's why we're looking for grown ones.
yeah.
Nick said, I know the feeling. Our charger went out and lost 25 broilers in one night, 3 days before processing.
Oh goodness, that's sickening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's when I found a Pyrenees.
Yep. Brandon said, I think we got 3 turkey hens now, 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, we've got 2. But I actually checked around, and like I said, everybody's just selling males.
Mhm.
So it'll be what it'll be. We'll just have to hatch out our own.
Yep. Neil said, you need to crossbreed a turkey with the centipede because everyone wants a drumstick.
I'd rather have the turkey breast.
Yeah. Dean said after the neighbor lost his second dog, he realized he had to keep it up if he was ever going to have another one.
Yeah. Which Brandon's had a lot of trouble with dogs here lately.
Mm-hmm.
We've been pretty lucky so far and not had any issues where we are.
Well, we had...
Oh, there's Cassie. Yeah. Oh, Abby. Oh, she's not watching live. She said go to bed.
Yeah, I think it was not too long after we first moved here that we had a little trouble with dogs, maybe chasing some chickens. After that, though, we didn't have any. So I don't know. I'm glad, because there are dogs that run around loose sometimes, but they don't bother us too much. So
Ah,
another exciting basketball game.
Joanne? Yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
there are a few dog rescues around here, but the thing is that they've got so many they're having trouble affording feed and stuff like that, and there's just
Yeah.
not the support they need
Mhm.
to help them because there's so many strays and stuff that
Yeah.
are out. But and like there's not like a county dog catcher or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
So it's all pretty much like either volunteers that are doing it or uh, or nonprofits or things like that. But like I said, there's
Yeah.
dog food and everything so expensive. Just like Brandon was talking the other day, I think he was saying like $29 a bag or something.
Yeah.
Which right now all we have is 2 little dogs, but I can't imagine having to feed a bunch of dogs at a shelter or something like that. I mean, it's just outrageous.
I actually have a friend who has accrued a bunch of dogs, not just, I mean, they're strays and rescues and that kind of thing. And I commend her for how much she's able to take care of, because she works full time and her husband works, and they still manage to take care of, I don't know how many they've got right now, but they've got a bunch. So
Yeah. And that's the problem too. Like I've seen just like through working and stuff, there are people who will take in so many dogs that it gets where they can't take care of them either. And it just becomes, I mean, a bad situation for them too. They can't afford food for the dogs. They can't afford food for themselves. And it just turns into a really bad situation. I mean, it all started out with a good intent, but
yeah.
they just can't do it because it takes so much.
Mm-hmm. Basketball, yeah.
So who won? Did y'all win, Cassie?
Brandon's told her he bets she hears basketballs dribbling when she goes to sleep. I can't read Dean's comment from here. Our county has a dog catcher, but if you call and complain, they tell you to catch it and they'll pick it up. I said if I catch it, there's no need to call you.
Oh, me.
Oh, they won by 2. It was an exciting game. It sounds like those are the ones that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. It's like Abby's championship soccer game. They have never played where they got even close to being worried about, the score and that kind of thing, because they'd been undefeated all season, and then the other team was actually beating them for a little bit, and everybody was just on the edge of their seat, and they finally pulled out the win. But those are the craziest games to watch.
Yeah, because those are the ones that are the most nerve-wracking, but also the most exciting, because just getting to be on your seat. Because I mean, it's fun to win, but I mean, if you're ahead by several points, I mean, where it's not even a competition, then I mean, it just kind of so fun. Because I know that Abby had a few games like that on their soccer that they were several points ahead, and I mean, it was still fun, but it's just like at one point you're just beating up folks.
Yeah. There were a few of them like that.
Hey, Vance,
hey.
Scott. Well, Scott was in here earlier.
Yeah.
I just saw him again though.
And Cassie had said good night.
Yep.
I'm glad you stopped by for a little bit.
Yep. Get you some sleep.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll have more basketball again.
Yeah. Abby's counting down the days till she gets to see Mazzy again. So.
Yep.
That's her biggest thing about going to the expo.
Oh
is
yeah.
well, she's got two. Seeing Mazzy and seeing her book buddy.
Yeah. The girls are not happy that Brandon and Stephanie are not bringing their girls.
Yeah, Izzy especially. She's like, I'm gonna miss Braylee.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were riding home the other day and they were like, what if us and Mazzy and Addison and Braylee were all just sisters? I was like, well, I guess y'all be going to Oklahoma. But no. They always have a good fun time. That's why the auction will be exciting.
Mm-hmm. Neil said, I always worry when someone says they were on the edge of their seats.
Sorry.
It makes it sound like everyone's getting ready to leave.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Vance, I was able to get a room reserved at the Prior Hotel. They had like 2 rooms left. Wow.
Yeah. Which there's several other hotels there too.
Mhm.
I don't know how the rest of them are booked,
Yeah.
but I know that well, whenever I looked a few weeks ago, the Hampton still had rooms.
Yeah.
All right, Lisa, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in.
Come and see us. Dean had said, Neil, I'm always afraid you're going to fall on the floor. Let's see.
Vance, yes.
Yep. Yeah. I'm hoping that it kind of gets a little bit warmer quicker than what they're saying so we can get a lot more stuff done. Finish up some projects and stuff this week because we'd gotten behind, but we're starting to catch up finally.
Yeah, Nick, I was just giving you a hard time. We usually just stay at the Hampton just for the simple fact that it's a Hilton brand and I collect points that way.
Yeah.
But we stayed at Hotel Prior the first year we went, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, no more than you're at the hotel room as long as it's clean and has a decent bed and a shower. I mean, what else do you need? Because, like I said, I know for us at least, we did an Airbnb this last year for the expo, which was nice. Good for the girls because we were there for a day or two extra.
Yeah.
So by doing that, the girls were it had a backyard and stuff. They were able to go out and play in the evenings and stuff like that. And so it was nice for that, but no more than we were there. They didn't really have anything that was worth the price to do that again. And so I'm like, we just need a place to sleep.
I think when we stayed at Hotel Prior, they had maybe just made the transition to it being Hotel Prior or something.
It was there was something.
Because they were still kind of working on it. And we booked, I don't think we booked the right room either for.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
what it was, but I mean, we went there. I mean, it was clean and
mm-hmm.
nice and all, but I think they'd just been changed names or changed owners or something.
They were still redecorating and that.
Yeah, but it was nice. But I know that there was a lot of people there that was going to the expo because, like I said, we walked around the parking lot looking at the back of everybody's vehicles, taking pictures to see what all channels were there. We weren't big enough to have a sticker on our vehicle. Still aren't.
Yeah. Vance said he is too. Part-time, work on an ambulance full-time.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Good deal. Yeah. Yep. Y'all didn't know anybody. Nobody knew y'all. We get that feeling too.
Yeah. Brandon said we'll be there one day, I promise.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yep.
Just take in the work. Time.
Yep.
Time and effort.
Well, we finally got to the point now where we will do lives, and I don't Because the first time he even mentioned doing a live, I said, no.
Oh yeah, he was dead against it. So I was like, well, I guess me and the girls will just do a live ourselves. She's like, no. And then
Yeah.
finally she's like, I forgot. We got to some point and finally she's like, okay. Cause I was like, worst case, we get on there. 'Cause the biggest fear was nobody would be here.
Yeah.
And that's what she was worried about. And I was like, worst case is like, if not, then nobody will be there. We'll just get off and delete it. Nobody will ever know the difference. But we actually had a good amount. So
Yeah.
it worked out. And then
I know those last few minutes though, waiting on it to get time to start the live were a little nerve-wracking. So
yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's not really nerve-wracking now, but it does seem like right before it's the 8:30 helps some, which
since with it being Tuesday.
with it being on a Tuesday, for the simple fact that when she gets home, we have time to get anything else done we need to at the house, get the girls showered and all that and ready for bed. That way, because if they don't go to bed before the live, they're not going to make it through the end. And so
Yeah.
we get everything done, all their nightly routines done, so that whenever they get ready to go to bed, they just got to go get in bed.
Yeah, because Tuesdays are one of my days that I actually work a full day. So let's see where we were. Dean said they were working on our channel. Peggy said just print your channel name. Dean right above that. He said we're working on your channel.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Yes.
Peggy said just print your channel name off and tape it to the back of your window.
Yeah, we've got a Cricut where we could put it in there and do the cutout and all that and put vinyl on there, but I don't know. We're just not there yet.
Brandon said, I can remember my first live. There was 8 to 9 people in there.
Well, thanks to somebody we know,
Yeah,
we never experienced that because we had 30 something.
it's 20 something, I think.
20 something in our first live,
which was
because
awesome.
somebody had shared the post, and we've had a few share it since then. So they've worked out pretty good.
They've gotten a little bit bigger every time. Neil said you want to gain subscribers fast to do lots of silly things like Brandon.
Yeah. The girls have some crazy ideas for stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's not the stuff, their ideas. It's crazy and all, but I'm just like, that's not our channel.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't remember what it was, but it was just like something that was really silly. And I'm just like, if you have your own channel someday, you can do that.
Yeah.
But it was just.
Abby's were a little off the wall.
Yeah.
Had 3 or 4 on our first live. What I do is I just let the camera roll almost 24/7.
If I let the camera roll 24/7 like that, I wouldn't have time to go through it and edit it. That's the problem. Like I said, it's because my biggest thing, when I find it is easiest to edit, is if I do it right away. Like as soon as the footage is filmed, go through it then and edit. Because otherwise, if I wait a while, I'll just get overwhelmed and be like, I don't want to go rewatch all that because I don't remember what all was where and trying to pick out what you need to do. But it was just crazy.
Dean said, I think I had 15 when I shut it down last night to go to Stephanie's live.
Yep. You had around 20 for part of that, I think.
Stephanie always say, I can't believe you're recording everything. We're trying to record a lot more with the chores and stuff and make it easier to catch those funny or cute moments or whatever.
Because we have a lot of those moments be like, why weren't we recording?
Yes. Be like, oh, that would have been a great short, or you know, something like that. First time we thought we had a good live, about the time we ran out of stuff to talk about, Jason and Lester showed up at the same time. I think they planned it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like I said, it's always helpful to have good friends like that.
Tried to convince Zoe to stand beside the pasture road and let me drive through the mud hole. I think that would give us a boost.
Yes.
Filmed a hole for 30 minutes today, but I cut it down to just minutes. Wake up in the morning for about 2 hours and then I'll walk outside with the camera and I don't even know what I'm going to do most of the time. I just go with the flow.
A lot of times that's us too, or because we don't ever script anything.
No.
Because that's, for one, it'd be too much work. It's just not, it's not a scripted show.
And my memory for, script, when we have tried to script things, is not good. Like whenever we were doing our first videos, he's like, well, why don't you say, such and such? And I'm like, okay. And I get about, 30 seconds into it. I'm like, I don't remember what else I was supposed to say.
Yeah, because when we first started, that's what we would try to get a rundown ahead of time of what we were going to say. It wasn't like word for word script, but like when she wasn't very comfortable being on the camera, and I was like, you got to talk and say something. So well, what are we going to say? So I'd be like, okay, well, you say this. And then, like I said, she gets this. So it'll be like, take 23. And it would just be like having to redo it to take that. And then finally, we're just like, man, the longer, which we're still new, but the more we do, I'm just like, it doesn't really matter if you said a word wrong or something. Just fix it and keep going. It's too hard to try to edit things out rather than just leave it and go. So
I mean, we're humans, so
no, scripting is no fun at all. Yeah, probably so. But like I said, it just seemed like the thing to do, because if you watch how to make YouTube videos and all this stuff, like from other like places, I mean, a lot of them are doing like different types of videos than like vlogging or something like that. But they're like, have your script or have an outline of your script. And like, I can remember there was times like we would write like notes and stuff and like tape it on the wall behind where the camera was, like out in the greenhouse. So it looks like you're looking at the camera, but you're actually reading your notes back there to remind you to make sure you didn't forget something. And I was like, it just got where it was so much work, and then the wind would blow, and it was, then you get aggravated. So it was more stressful just trying to do that than if you just rolled with it.
Yeah. And when it's scripted, people can see that kind of turn off. Yeah, you eventually just go with the flow. People's gonna make fun of you either way, so well.
People's making fun of us? Well, no, that's the biggest thing about doing stuff where like local people are on. Just like, but oh well.
Yeah. Tried to give Rhett a scripted closing. Once we just let him say what he wanted, it was gold. People love it. Yeah. We do kind of talk things out with the girls, but it's more of, okay, so what are you going to say? Just roughly. And Abby's like, well, I was like, no, what do you want to say? And then she'll start talking, and then it turns out pretty cute. But
yeah, because usually the biggest thing is if they want to like say something in the opening, because they'll be like, well, what are we going to do? And so you got to give an idea of that, and then just be like, just roll with it. But because like I said, we tried to do that, like I said, especially whenever they were younger, because you just never know what they're going to say. And so we just want to make sure they were on the same page with what we were doing. But now they just kind of do whatever.
Neil said, Brandon, from what I've seen, sometimes when you decide what you're going to do, you still don't know if that's what you're going to end up doing. Well, sometimes you start a project and then, like we do, change lanes. Something comes up and you just change it too. Watched the deal the other day with Mr. Beast. Said he used to study the analytics and algorithm, but he tells people not to do that now. You need to study psychology so you can learn what the people want.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of his stuff where he's done interviews and stuff talking about everything he did to get where he is now. And a lot of his stuff now, I mean, part of it is the fact that he's got some of his stuff where it's translated in other languages.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, with his stuff, it's not geographically specific. So if it's just translated where they can understand, then
Mm-hmm.
I mean his stuff's good everywhere. But
Yeah.
he's worked hard to get where he was too. Because
Yeah.
I found some of his beginning videos and I was like, could I count to like 1 million and people just start subscribing? I mean, just some of the stuff he did is just like, goodness. And
Yeah.
to see where he is now, so it gives me hope.
Yeah. He said it didn't work with him. We just let him go and edit if we have to.
Yeah, sometimes that's easier.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I've had to learn on the farm. You have your everyday chores that has to be done no matter what, so you complete them and start your new project.
Yeah. And our thing is like, eventually, new projects cost money.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, you got to figure out what projects you can do on the budget that you're on, because like I said, there's lots of stuff that would be fun to do and we'd like to do, but it's just not in the budget right now.
Dean said, I start a lot of projects. Anybody's welcome to come finish them.
That's what we've been doing.
Mhm.
We've had that issue too, where we get a lot of
Mhm.
stuff started and not finished. And that's what we're working on right now, is finishing a lot of stuff that we've started. That's why we finished the peacock pen. We're going to finish the tractor. I got to fix some fence, which I think on the fence, what I'm going to do, I have, since it's just where cows have messed up the little squares on the field fence, I think I'm just going to take a new piece of field fence and not even worry about stretching it or anything. Just wrap the ends onto the part that needs patched and use those new little fence clips and just go around both pieces and hold it on that way. Because it's not that it has to be tight, because the other fence is tight. It's
Mhm.
just the holes are too big now.
Usually spend money the first 2 weeks on new projects and the last 2 weeks work on things we have here at the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got house projects too, but we've kind of got to get the
Yes.
greenhouse in order and seeds planted before we can start on the
Yeah, because
house project.
once we get the seeds planted, I mean, they're just pretty, other than watering, they'll just do their own thing, and but we can't miss that time that they need to really get started. So
Yep. Dean said anyone who wants to can just start down at the end of the driveway and work their way all the way to the house. Brandon said, Nick, I haven't got to finish your video about the well. I know you said there was water in it, but how deep does it go?
he may not tell you. But yeah, so that's, like I said, money for these projects is a big thing, because like I said, now that everything costs about 10 times more than what it used to.
Well,
like I said, fencing is outrageous, because like I said, I got some fencing stuff I'd like to do.
Only about 2.5 feet. Got to get it pumped and tested.
Oh. But that done, like I said, some cross fencing and stuff to try and change up the pins and stuff, and plus I want to get higher fencing on the perimeters, but like I said, that stuff's very expensive too. I found a place that sells it online that's the fencing's cheaper, but the freight cost is outrageous on it.
Dean said that's just rainwater. Nick said, I may have been hitting leaves and trash. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know what it costs to get a well dug out like that. Probably not cheap.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's 10:30.
Yep.
We've got a little bit of stuff we still have to get done before bed, and tomorrow I've got to work tomorrow night, but in the morning we've got some stuff we want to try to get finished up. So I think we're fixing to call it quits for tonight, so we can get up early enough to get that other stuff knocked out. We appreciate everybody stopping in and visiting with us. And like I said, I think next week we'll be back on Friday, but we'll let you know for sure ahead of time. I will I'll set up the live ahead of time where you can go in. If you go to our channel and click on live, it'll show you where it's set up. But like I said, I think it'll be Friday unless something changes. But appreciate y'all stopping in. Y'all have a good week.
Thanks, guys, and good night.
Bye.